So it's official. I quit. I love this new tea kettle. Good morning, everyone. So I'm about to have my coffee, which is right here behind me. And I'm going to do a coffee with Dara, and I'm going to film some videos for my AppliedESL family. So stay tuned to that. And yeah, that's it. And the past, I want to say 2.5 weeks have not been easy. And the reason why it hasn't been easy is because, as many of you may or may not know, your girl here have her have some health issues, and I've had health issues for some years now for many, many reasons, honestly. And before the weight police come after me and say, oh, because you're too fat, you eat too much, believe it or not, my health issues have nothing to do with my weight. So poo poo to you. Okay. But no, seriously. I've been going through a lot of stuff behind the scenes, and unfortunately it has taken a toll on my health, both mentally and physically. And so I haven't really been feeling my best, but I push myself so hard, honestly, friends. Like, my love for being a teacher, my love for helping people is, that's like my rock. And I use that as my motivation, as my, I guess my rock, so to speak, to keep me going. But I won't lie to you, it has been a tough 2.5 weeks physically. And for the past few days, it has been even more difficult. One moment, please. Sorry about that. New York City is always noisy, and anyway. So it has been really challenging, friends, and I don't like to complain, but I like to keep it real and be honest. And I do work a lot, and I don't do enough self care. I don't rest. I'm usually up very late, and I wake up early, and then I just go. And I don't take the time to take care of me. And I have been going through a lot. Even though I smile and I'm happy for certain things in my life, but there are other parts of my life that's not very happy. And I try very, very hard not to let that consume me so much where I forget my purpose. If it weren't for my students, if it weren't for the wonderful people here that support me and love and care about me and want to see me win, I probably would be more depressed than I already am. So I thank you so much for your kindness, for your love, for your compassion, for you asking me, Dara, how do you feel? I love when I get questions like that from you, when you say, despite the smiles and the happy videos, how do you really feel? Thank you for that, because a lot of times one of the downsides to being on social media is that we talk about so many things and we put on a happy face, because who wants to watch someone sad and depressed, right? But sometimes you just have to keep it real. So I don't mind watching videos of people who look sad and depressed, because it's not meant for entertainment. It's meant for that person to express themselves, share how they feel, and keep it real. And I'm all for that, but it's really, really, really hard. Please, I ask, if you love my content, if you appreciate what I do, if you like to see more videos of me talking about, all things ESL, motivation, please show some love. Click like to my videos, comment, share them. They are shareable. Feel free to share them. If you're financially able to support me, I have all my information under the video. Go to my website, buy a book, check out my video lessons, check out my worksheets. And I do have a business address if you are old school like me and you want to just write a letter and say, hey, Teacher Dara, I just want to say hi. Listen, I love letters. I love mail. I really do. So feel free to send me some mail. It's okay. I usually don't say this publicly, but I'm going to say this publicly. I can use support right now. Yeah. I can use support in a variety of ways. Whatever support you can offer, just know I really appreciate it. It means a lot. It helps, and it will help me to continue to do what I do. So I just finished having an amazing meeting with a fellow teacher who teaches ESL from her country, but she's looking to practice her English. So this is going to be the first time that I have an ESL student who is actually an ESL teacher. So I'm just so happy. She is such a lovely woman. Let me just tell you. And I feel so blessed that I'm meeting some wonderful, wonderful students and clients. Thank you all so much for trusting me to be your teacher, to be your coach. I really appreciate all of you so much. This is truly a dream come true for me. This is what I live for. This is what I love to do. So thank you so very much. Always try your best. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm about to start my first lesson with a new student, a new family member of the AppliedESL family, and I'm really excited. I feel so teachery today. Look at this. Look at my little foot. Now, this will be my first time working with a fellow ESL teacher as teacher Dara and student. I'm super excited. So, very lovely person. Look forward to our lesson. The topic is going to be about music. Ooh, my favorite. Who doesn't like music? Going to be doing some little vlogs and bits for everyone because it's really important to document your journey, especially as an entrepreneur, a teacher, or you just want to share your journey. So that's what I'm doing. But one little tip, because I always like to leave a little motivational tip, it's so important that when you're working for yourself to take care of yourself. And I've been really, really being more proactive with that. And it's very important to, be aware of your scheduling, be aware of how you feel, go with your energy. So sorry for the background noise. I live in New York City. Oh, one day I hope to live somewhere a little less noisy, but I digress. It's really important to really take it easy and, make sure you create your schedule that works for you, that makes you feel good, that makes you feel at ease. Because I believe, when you are working for yourself, it should be fun. It shouldn't be difficult and stressful. If you're working for someone, sometimes we can't avoid that, but you work for yourself, be comfortable. Look cute, darling. Feel good. Don't stress yourself. So, anyway, I'm going to stop talking because I have to teach in the next few minutes. But love you all so much and always try your best. Ever had one of those days? So, let me tell you what happened. Apparently, I was supposed to schedule the final test for my students next week. For some reason, I thought it was this week, and I just really just got everyone confused, seriously, because we follow a schedule, and I don't know what happened. I have my notes. I'm usually very organized and keep everything in order, and I totally, totally, totally just, you know, and it's frustrating. It really is frustrating because I guess this is my harsh reality of burnout. Like I really, really am tired, completely tired, and it's just hard. It's really hard. Like it's different when you're doing your own thing because when you're doing your own thing, you kind of set the bar the way you want. You get to decide how you want to go about things, how you want to teach, how you want to plan out your day and stuff like that. But when you're an employee teacher, it's challenging because you have to follow their standard, which I honestly don't have a problem with. But lately, honestly, it's just I don't know what's going on. It's like I just feel it's been a tough year. It really is. It has been. Excuse me. It's been a tough year. Um, I just been feeling very overwhelmed, very stressed out. The job itself is not stressing. Let me just say that. I mean, there's certain things that bothers me. Yes, there's things that I don't totally agree with, but it's not like a stressful job. I can't say that. I mean, my students are wonderful, and I thank God for them every day. They are so cool. But I like to stay on top of my A game. I like to make sure that I'm always, taking care of business. But lately, it has become harder and harder. My body hurts all the time. Back and forth with my doctors, trying to, see what's going on. There's my emotional side of this. It's been hard. It's been really really hard behind the scenes. I'm not gonna lie. I try my best to stay positive and put on the smile and say, hey, try your best, and I do believe in that. But I wanted to come on camera so you can kind of see for yourself, what it's really like when you feel, ugh, it's not easy. It really isn't. It's not something to take lightly. Burnout is no joke. As I'm talking to you, my head hurts. Like my head legitimately hurts. My body hurts every single day. I feel so exhausted to the point where just sometimes turning on the laptop is like a task. It's real. It's really real. And your mental health is very important. And if your mental health is compromised, then it really, really makes things more difficult than you would like it to be. I'm just tired, friends. Yeah, Teacher Dara's tired. Working at a place that you're really not too happy about. Maybe you don't feel appreciated. Maybe you feel like you're working for pennies on the dollar. Okay. Or it could be a bit of both. Or maybe you just don't feel like you want to do this anymore. And I can honestly say that I finally come to that point in my journey of being an employee that I don't want to be an employee teacher unless, and here's the exception, unless I'm teaching in a different country. And the reason why I'm willing to make an exception for that is because at least that's a new experience. I've never taught overseas before, so at least that will give me kind of like an overview of what it's like to be the foreigner in a different land and teach English. If you are in a position where you're trying to transition from one job to another, or you're feeling frustrated, or you're just feeling like you're just done, you're tired and you want to do something different, just know that I feel you on that and I understand. In my case, one of the struggles I've had at previous jobs and even my current is I don't always feel appreciated for the work that I do. And oftentimes I think that people may not take me seriously, or maybe they just don't like me simply because of who I am, if you get my drift. Or it could be whatever, it could be pretty much anything. And sometimes I feel there's a lot of pettiness, there's a lot of unnecessary, I don't want to say drama per se, but it's just a lot of unnecessary stuff. I'll just say that. And it can be very, very frustrating to deal with that. It really can. So I'm just here to tell you, my beautiful middles, my ESL adult learners, just anyone who's watching this video, just know that I get it. And before you end up getting fired from your job, or you end up cussing someone out because you're frustrated, or you just feel like, look, I'm done, I can't do this anymore, keep this in mind. Your mental health, your health in general, but your mental health needs to take priority. And if I've learned anything from the many jobs I've had, working in many different environments, dealing with a whole lot of nonsense and dealing with people who just refuse to work with you, your mental health is number one. Always remember that. And you don't need to feel ashamed. You don't need to be shamed for saying, hey, I need a break. And it's okay to say, hey, this isn't for me anymore, and I deserve better, and I'm going to pursue better. And I finally got to that point in this employee teacher journey where I'm done and I'm ready to go. I was supposed to teach tonight, and I feel absolutely horrible, to be honest with you. I just wanted to come in real time to show you exactly how I'm feeling in the moment. I got dressed up to teach my class, and I feel absolutely horrible. It is taking everything for me not to cry right now, because I had this major surgery in 2019. I haven't gone public with what type of surgery because it's very personal, but it has affected me in ways that I thought my first two hip surgeries was, it for me, but this third surgery has really sat me down, literally. And it affects my mobility. It hurts when I sit, it hurts when I go to the bathroom, it hurts when I stand, walk. And it's really affecting me emotionally because I already have issues with depression already. And this adds to that. If you have a disability, or you're going through some changes with your body, or you've been through some surgeries, or mentally you're not feeling your best, you're suffering maybe with depression, anxiety, or anything, any type of mental health issue, it is one of the most painful and difficult experiences anyone can go through. It's a real issue, and what makes this so difficult is when you're working at a job that is dependent on you. as they should. And you, in my case, I'm a teacher, so I have not just a job, but I have students that are depending on me to, log on and to teach. And when you're not able to do that, it's so incredibly painful. Like, it hits me so hard, seriously, when I can't teach. It's not one of those situations where it's like, oh, I feel bad because I can't work. My work is what I do. This is something that makes me happy. It would be no different if I'm working with my own students at AppliedESL. When I can't teach and I can't show up to do the work that's meant for me to do, it really affects me emotionally. It affects my body. It just makes me feel so bad. I tend to put myself aside and put all my attention on being showing up, being there for others, and being that teacher, but it's becoming harder for me, friends, to always show up with a smile and say, hey, try your best, when I am crying inside, when I am suffering inside, when my body is in pain, when I'm taking medicine and I'm drinking peppermint tea, right? And I'm just trying to sit up tall, and it's one of those silent situations where it's not something you can look at a person and say, oh, you're going through this. That's my issue. My issue is internal. So you can't look at me and say, oh, Dara's going through it, because I can see this is bothering her, that's bothering her. It's internal. And that's always harder, because sometimes you don't always get that support from your employer, or you may not get that support from coworkers, or you may not get that support with your clientele, because at the end of the day, people want you to show up, and I get that, and that's so important, and I'm not against that, but it just hits home when you're not able to give your very best. You can try your best, and that's something I live by, but it's even harder when you can't give your best. Okay, so it's official. I quit. I quit my teaching job today. Today is Tuesday, October 18th, 2022. I just finished telling my students the news. I had emailed my employer already, but telling the students was the hardest part. It's always hard for me to say goodbye to my students, whether it's a situation where I'm being laid off or I resigned, but it's very touching. It took everything not to cry, seriously. When I told them that, I'm stepping away from this job and from teaching, um, their faces just went down, and it just broke my heart, seriously. And I just told them, I said, I really love them all. I'm proud of each and every one of them. They have all done an amazing job. A lot of them started with me when I started at this school. And so saying goodbye was extremely, extremely difficult. Even now I still feel emotional. I'm trying not to get too choked up, but when you deal with burnout, you have to know when to walk away. You have to stop. I've been doing this for 17 years. I haven't had any vacation. I feel like, although I love my career, I really haven't lived yet, and I just feel it's time for me to better care of me, and to just take a break. I will still continue with teaching, but on a different level. I'm not going to be an employee teacher anymore. So this is truly an end of an era. It's very bittersweet, but it's very necessary. So I just wanted to share that, and just I let them know, and I'll just say here that never let anyone waste your time. Never. Your time is precious. A lady always knows when to walk away. That's something my mother always taught me. And always leave on a positive note. Always keep it classy, keep it professional, because you never know where life can go in the future. So you never want to leave on a bad note. And in this case, I left on a good note. But I haven't been well, friends. And that's something I share with them. And I need to take care of me. And that's what I'm doing. It's hard.